Good morning and welcome to it. I'm Rita Garcia.
And I'm Samika Knight. Meteorologist Elita Loresca joining us with a look at our forecast. Good morning to you, Elita.
Good morning to you, Sam. Good morning, Rita. We're starting off the morning fairly quiet and no major issues this morning. The roads are dry, not dealing with fog. One thing you will notice this morning is, oh, I can ditch that puffy coat. Definitely not as chilly as we've been the last few mornings. That string of at least cooler weather is now behind us, and we've got some milder air blowing in. In fact, temperatures are averaging anywhere from 10 to 15 degrees warmer. I mentioned it yesterday, that Gulf breeze blowing back into the area. That's a warmer, more humid wind. It's still comfortable, though. We don't have to worry about the humidity being an issue. Otherwise, temperature readings across our area are somewhat in the 50s, mostly in the 50s, down along the coastline in the low 60s there. Looking at the weather pattern for today, a lot more clouds moving in, a lot more moisture. The combination of these clouds, including this front that's going to be slowly making its way toward central parts of our state this afternoon, is going to allow for those rain chances to build. Right now, 13 alert radar, nice and quiet. When you look at future track over the course of the day, you're not going to find a lot of activity. So today's rain chance, very, very slim. We're talking 20%. But once we get into the late night hours, overnight tonight, headed closer toward midnight is when we start to see that moisture really starting to pool across our area. The best chance of seeing the wet weather over the next 48 hours will be coming in overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, throughout the day on Friday. But for today, we're looking at only a 20% chance for some rain, with highs somewhere into the low 70s. More details on that rain, whether or not we anticipate any sort of strong storms or flooding, coming up in my full forecast.
Okay, we want to say good morning, everybody. Welcome to Thursday. I'm Rita Garcia.
And I'm Samika Knight, meteorologist Elita Loresca, taking a look at our forecast this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning. We've got a good one this morning, a little bit milder for you. Still very pleasant out there. You're 90%. Beyond Friday, we've got the weekend ahead, some cooler weather back in the forecast. I'll have the numbers for you coming up.
Thanks. Step closer to the weekend. I'm Rita Garcia. Let's check in with our meteorologist, Elita Loresca. Sounds like we're in for some changes later on.
We've got some changes happening this morning, Rita. We've got noticeably warmer conditions. Behind this front, we've got a big cool down on the way for the weekend. Got to talk about that as well, coming up in just a few minutes.
And on all the details as we welcome you to Friday Eve, everybody. I'm Rita Garcia.
And I'm Samika Knight. Happy Thursday. Meteorologist Elita Loresca joining us with the forecast. We have a few changes coming up.
We do have a few changes. And
6:18 in the Weather Center with Elita this morning. And you know, I like roller coasters. And apparently we have a weather roller coaster coming yet again.
Yes, again. We have that chill in the air the last couple mornings. And get ready. We're going up, up, up before we take a nosedive again this weekend. You said it. Roller coaster temperatures. This morning we're running as much as 15 degrees warmer in some spots, out ahead of a cool front that won't be pushing through until sometime Friday night. Mid-50s right now here in Houston. Also some 50s up toward Waco and Austin. Lower 60s around San Antonio. We've got a few spots this morning reporting temperature readings in the low 60s. Galveston, Sugar Land, Angleton in the 60s this morning, along with our friends around Pearland and Friendswood. Those of you waking up in Dickinson this morning, temperatures hovering right around the 60-degree mark. Something you're not dealing with this morning, and perhaps thought that we may see a little bit of this, is the fog. May see a better opportunity of that fog overnight tonight into tomorrow, mixed in with some of those rain showers. Otherwise, it's just going to depend whether or not those winds pick up. If the winds pick up later on tonight, we won't see as much cloud cover, but indeed there's going to be some wet weather to contend with as you head out the door Friday morning. First thing Friday morning and through the day. At this hour, we're nice and dry. Satellite is showing a good amount of cloud cover, and eventually as we continue through the day, those clouds are going to continue to build, squeezing out a couple of raindrops or two. The rain chances for today stay low. But once the sun goes down, the rain chances will be climbing. We've got a 30 to 40% chance overnight, and then eventually climbing to 70% by Friday. Temperature-wise, we're going to stay nice and warm out ahead of this front. Today, we climb somewhere in the low to mid 70s, but that frontal boundary, as I mentioned, will be sliding toward the northern parts of the state today, and then eventually across southeast Texas by Friday afternoon. Notice how the moisture starts to pool south and west of Houston late tonight into tomorrow tomorrow. We have widespread rains on tap south of I-10, north of I-10. It's a little bit more scattered in nature. All in all, it's going to stay extremely light. This frontal boundary slides through sometime Friday evening, and what we have on tap for Saturday is there's still some lingering rain showers, but by the afternoon, we should see some rapid drying with some clouds sticking around. We've got a small little corridor here south and west of Houston, some of our coastal communities closer to Calhoun, Matagorda County, where we could tap into some higher rainfall totals. Otherwise, the temperature readings will be of note over the weekend. A big cool down on the way in the wake of that front. Look at the colder air that's going to be diving towards southeast Texas. Saturday, just remember, it's going to be a backwards day. We start off in the morning in the 50s, and those temperatures fall through the day. Those temperatures in the upper 40s with a strong breeze. It may have it feeling a lot colder as you step outside during the afternoon on Saturday. And then overnight, Saturday into Sunday, we'll watch as those temperatures drop. Mid to upper 30s, frost again possible, but look for temperature readings to climb. Speaking of climbing temperatures, speaking of roller coasters, are you ladies buckled up? Because next week, it's all about the climb in those temperatures. We're talking 80 degrees by next Wednesday and a very slim rain chance late in the week.
We're ready, Elita. Wow, lots to talk about this morning as we welcome you back here at the bottom of the hour on this Thursday. I'm Rita Garcia.
And I'm Samika Knight. Meteorologist Elita Loresca joining us with the forecast and the roller coaster we're about to see.
Roller coaster.
Is it going to be like, can we take the boat out this weekend? What do you think?
Listen, the first half of the weekend, I would say no. The winds are going to start picking up after the front, but we're going to dry out. So Sunday is the day, Rita, if you want to take out the boat, get out there on the waters, the wind should start to subside for the second half of the weekend. Here's the deal. Today's rain chance, at least during the daytime hours, only at 20%. But you can see that the rain chances start to build. They peak on Friday, and then they drop off. By Saturday morning, there's still about a 30% chance of a widely scattered shower. Otherwise, we are drying out. And for next week, it's dry and it is warm. For today, we're warming up out ahead of that front. Well, let me show you future track because we'll slowly start to see a surge of moisture coming in south and west of the Houston area. We're going to see widespread activity overnight into Friday morning. So Friday morning's commute, your heads up, could be a soggy one, a messy one at that. And then during the afternoon, front is still not here, and we'll be out ahead of that front. Very warm, humid conditions, and we are looking at some widespread showers drifting a little bit further to the north before that front eventually slides through later into the evening. So as that front slides through, we'll slowly start to see the moisture being taken with it. We've got a small little pocket here where those rainfall totals will be anywhere between 1 to 3 inches. Now, here's the key. Saturday, the temperature readings are going to be kind of backwards. We'll start off the morning in the 50s, but throughout the day, those temperature readings will be falling overnight. Saturday into Sunday morning, those temperature readings dip back down into the upper 30s. Headed into next week, it's all about above normal temperatures. We're going to be closing in on the 80-degree mark by the middle part of next week. This morning, we're already feeling a little taste of that warmth with temperature readings out the door. Instead of the 30s and 40s, we're waking up to temperatures in the 50s, 60s down along the coastline. And as I mentioned, those temperature readings will go from this milder air blowing in to even warmer by this afternoon. Temperature readings will peak somewhere into the mid 70s this afternoon, followed by that cool down over the weekend. And then just a quick look at what's happening next week. It is mostly dry and it is mostly warm with temperatures right around 80 degrees by next Wednesday.